Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Thoughts for the Soul podcast. Yo, I don't want to begin every episode with saying it's a lot going on, but damn, it's a lot going on. So, yo, still, thoughts and prayers and things for the people that are unemployed right now. Thoughts and prayers to the people that are entrepreneurs, freelancers, business owners. Thoughts and prayers to the people that are like gainfully employed, that are full time. It's just, man, the state of things, and I can say that every episode. I can say that every time, and I probably will because I don't know about y'all, but the day to day in my life, like I feel all this shit like deeply. Being a very empathetic person, I just feel it deeply. Like, and I've been having to do a few things differently to keep that peace, to recharge, to refuel, to rejuvenate, to restore myself. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that you are doing same thing. I hope that you have found something. I hope that you don't feel it as deeply as I do, because it's just every day, like just feeling it every day it's just crazy, man. But I don't pay attention too much to the news, but being on social media, you see it because of the things that I read online. You have your little articles pop up, your posts pop up in your daily feed. So I see it, and whenever I talk to my grandmother, I hear it. Or whenever I go visit her, it's on the TV. You know what I'm saying? And I use it was last week that I was like, you know what? I can't really trip with my granny no more for watching it because she ain't on social media like that. So that's her source of news. Even though when you look at it, it's 90% of it is bad, but that's how she stay connected. Or when she talking on the phone with her homegirls and things like that, her girlfriends and things like that. So I don't be getting on her no more about like, man, why you watching? Cause I get that's how she stay connected. You know what I'm saying? It hit me last week for some reason. But yeah, I say all that to say I hope you doing good. I hope you doing well. I say all that to say, keep going, keep working your bloom, do what it is you need to do to get through this thing, this beautiful thing that we call life, this privileged thing that we call life, this blessed thing that we call life. I hope all the opportunities and projects, collaborations, new roles, new positions, raises, bonuses, I send all that your way. You know what I'm saying? Being better at your skill, being better at what it is that you are gifted and talented in. I send all that your way. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into today's conversation, I should say. Last week, a week to today, I had the opportunity to take part in the Houston Comets draft day. I say party gathering. Just to say that, it feels weird. You know what I'm saying? It feels weird to say that because we've been without a WNBA team for, I want to say, is it 18 years now? '08 was the last season, I believe. So it's like, yo, man, like we here again, and I, working and everything, just my schedule being so crazy, being, stretched so thin when it comes to just so many aspects of life. I was like, man, am I gonna go? And I was like, bro, you gotta go. You gotta go. So pulled up, was able to capture a few moments, and I just love the energy from the beginning. From the beginning, it was people there like proud, showing support, showing love. That was just pride, like just proud of what was taking place. Like we finally getting a WNBA team, and it's not any WNBA team. It's our team, the Houston Comets. Like I don't know what it means to everybody, but I know it means a lot to me. Like growing up, I have so many fond memories, like of just my grandfather. Like he is the first person to introduce me to being a sports fanatic, a sports fan. Like Houston through and through, right? But my papa, he was like, yo, if the Rockets not doing good, I'm looking at the Mavericks. I'm looking at the Spurs. And we watched a lot of Spurs. We used to watch a lot of Spurs together, throughout the years when the Rockets made up like plateau. So my papa was just pro Texas. Like the only team that he really wouldn't get down like that is the Dallas Cowboys. Like we'll watch them, but we watching them to lose. Not he wouldn't support the Dallas Cowboys, but anybody else in Texas, if Houston wasn't doing so good, so hot during that time, even if they were doing good, we would watch them. And so this hat right here, being able to wear this hat that I have on my head today to the event last week meant everything because this is my grandfather's hat. Like this is one of his hats from the late 90s, early 2000s that he wore to support the Houston Comets. Like what's crazy is my papa hats, he wore his hats to work, cut the yard in, do screens, do like carpentry. Like he wore his hats to work. Like he always wore a hat. He had a head full of hair, but he wore his hats. And so like being able to have this original Houston Comets hat like in my possession, in my collection is just yeah, like my grandfather passed away in 2020 and like in the height of the pandemic. And I just let his stuff sit in place for a while, you know what I'm saying? But it was just one day, like couple of years ago, I was like, man, I gotta get the hat. I gotta get these hats. So I got 2 Houston Rockets hat and this Comets hat that just mean the world to me. So again, having the Houston Comets come back to the city for me and so many means so much. Like it means more than really words can describe, honestly speaking. Like I never forget my first time that I can remember meeting Cynthia Cooper. She was the coach of the women's basketball team at Prairie View A&M University when I was an undergrad there. Like when Coop was at PV, she transformed our program. Like it wasn't just like, yo, she here, she's a legend, she a face. Like nah, like we made some of our first appearances, like the NCAA tournament. She was SWAC coach of the year one year, I remember. Like she had our girls out there hooping. And I'll never forget meeting her one day. And honestly, I want to say I think she was coach of the year, SWAC coach of the year twice. But I remember meeting her, I think it was after one of the years we did well. And I remember I was just like, yo, I gotta get this autograph. And it wasn't even for me. My aunt, like, she's one of the people that really got me into like kicks, that got me into fashion, style. We used to rock Tommy Hilfiger. I hate what happened, but we used to rock Tommy Hilfiger like crazy, head to toe. And so I was like, her birthday was coming up, I believe. Or maybe, yeah, I think her birthday was coming up. And I was like, I got to get something signed for her. So I don't know if it was one of my t-shirts or if I had planned and bought a t-shirt. But I remember I got a t-shirt and a basketball, like a mini basketball sign for my aunt for her birthday by Cynthia Cooper. And it's just like Cynthia Cooper's presence, like she's been here in the city just all around. Like she's a citizen. Like you could tell, like Cynthia Cooper is fully immersed in the community out here in Houston. And so like she probably, outside of like Kim Perrott, she probably is my favorite Houston Comet of all time. I remember when, speaking of Kim Perrott, like I remember when Kim Perrott passed, man. I was a little too young to grasp like death like that, right? Like I just know that you're not gonna see this person no more, right? But it was 2 instances that I can remember that the city collectively like grieved. Or at least it felt like that in my household. It was when Mayor Lee P. Brown was out of office. I believe he was the first African American mayor we had. And I remember when Kim Perrott passed away, like it just was so heavy. Like that was when she passed, that was like one of my first memories of like death and like what death meant and like how it felt, right? It just made me realize like how short life is, right? That was one of the things that made me realize how short life is. And seeing the team battle and win that championship that year meant the world to me, like because we did it, like we did it for Kim Perrott. She's one of my favorite players. Just her energy, her passion, her love for the game, the way she hooped, her pizzazz, like she was just, man, I just loved her. Like I just love Kim Perrott, man. I just love how she played on the court. I just loved her, man. And I remember the city following her as the news will roll out, following her progress and how what was going on with her in her battle. And when she passed away, I just remember it being just a dark day, just dark times. Like it just did not feel good. And so like that'll forever be etched into my brain. But again, the Houston Comets, you got Cynthia Cooper, I already told you, 4-time finals MVP. You got Tina Thompson. You know what I'm saying? She the first number 1 overall pick. You know what I'm saying? Like the first. You got Cheryl Swoops. Like I can't even rattle off everything. 3-time WNBA MVP. I want to say 2-time or 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, y'all remember the kicks. You know what I'm saying? We're going to come back to kicks. But y'all remember the kicks. And just the first 4 championships. The only 4-peat in WNBA history. And also, like, one of the only few 4-peats in sports history, period. And so, like, to be able to say, the future generations to be able to see the Houston Comets, I hope that they love them and cherish them and appreciate them as much as we did growing up. So, yeah, getting back to the kicks, man, like Nike released some Houston Comets Air Force Ones and Dunks a few years ago, like maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. And I remember, or might have been 4 years ago, within the last 5 years. And I was so hyped when them shoes, when they said that those shoes coming out, only to find out that they did not come in extended sizing. And I was so hurt. I went from hype to hurt. So my ask is that if we do anything, no disrespect to the women, no disrespect to the smaller feet kings, like when there is more shoes rolled out for the Houston Comets, please make them in the size 12, men's 12 and up, please. Like them Air Force Ones, I look at them every day, just hoping like every once in a while, not every day, but every once in a while, just hoping like maybe an extended size slip through the cracks and it just end up on StockX or Go, but no. So the Air Force Ones in particular, I saw somebody had the Dunks at the event last week, but yeah, like please release them in men's sizing or extended sizing if they women, because those shoes are one of the ones. So yeah, excited for the Comets to come back. I mean, dog, like the city needed this, like really needed this, like for real, especially with what a WNBA is today. Like you got the cap going up. Like I'm so happy. Still kind of feel weird saying, oh, Boston got 6.3 million. Wilson got 5 million. And like we celebrating that, right? We are celebrating that. But it's like still a lot more work to do. But grateful for that and seeing the fanfare grow and seeing the coverage grow and seeing the game grow. Like I probably turned on a women's college basketball game or the WNBA before I turn on the NBA game. Like, and there's no disrespect. That's just what it is. Like, I love where the women's game is, the heart, the passion, the fight, the You know what I'm saying? The rivalries. Like, I love what a women's game is right now today. So I'm happy to see everything grow. I'm happy to see the team coming back to the city. Like, I don't know. I can't wait. I hope that it line up and me and my aunt go to the first game together. You know what I'm saying? Because I went to the last game where I think the last Comets game I went to was maybe like '05, '06. She just randomly hit me up. It was on, I want to say it was on a Thursday night. We just went. I think it was school night for sure. And we just went to the game. And I think we were sitting right behind one of the basketball goals, almost floor seats. And we was just in there. We enjoyed the game. Like, and so it would only be right if the first game I go see, if me and my auntie go see it together. So yeah, man, real excited for the Houston Comets to be coming back. Shout out to Fertitta, you know what I'm saying? Like, really injecting that into the city, man. Like, I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for the women that's really been still rocking with the WNBA much harder than I have been over the years, that have helped to usher this in, that have helped to show, like, nah, we want the Houston Comets back, the most legendary, iconic dynasty of all time. Like, let's keep it a buck. And then, like, outside of that, last week, going to that, meeting a lot of influential, meeting executives, meeting the media team, parts of the media team that was live, to see them in the building too, like, and being personable and talking and just having a good time, just being a part of the community. Like, that was so dope. It just, yeah, I can go on and on about it, but I want to touch on also going to SneakerCon the weekend before last, or was it? Yeah, it was the weekend before last. So going to SneakerCon, and at SneakerCon, how that happened, I was just chilling outside, working on something, editing something. I got an email, and they sent me some tickets, and I was like, oh, that's love. So I ended up going. I hadn't been to SneakerCon since the one I went to when I was living in Dallas years ago. I think I know for sure that was the last SneakerCon I've been to. So dope, grateful, went to that. You know what I'm saying? Doing some market research. So really, I was just going to look at shoes that were probably coming out, look at shoes that I had missed out on, and I just wanted to see, like, if I was willing to pay resale for them. And most of them, I'm not paying resale for it. Like, I'm cool. I don't need the shoe, especially after seeing them in person. And then seeing rare things, like things that I probably never possess, but just being able to see them, like, it was good. One shoe I will be going back for is the Swarovski Jordan 1 Low that released last year. I don't care, man. My people knew I love that shoe. $1,000 retail or not. Now I probably had to spend about $2,500 for it. But I'm going to end up getting it one way or another one day, hopefully sooner rather than later. Cause that man, the crystals on that thing just pop, just shine, just nice. It's just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, showstopper. So there's this Houstonian and Eakin and a Nike rep that walks into SneakerCon, right? And I don't know why I was going with that. I was going to try to make a joke, but nah, we going to keep it pushing. So I had the opportunity to, during my time at SneakerCon, talk community, talk Houston culture, talk culture with a Nike rep and an Eakin out here, and just be able to showcase and display the city. You know what I'm saying? Be able to talk about things that some Houstonians feel like are no longer relevant, and to be able to talk about things that the future generations, what the youth is into, what younger adults are into, like, just being able to have that conversation. Like, I always enjoy conversations like that, to be able to talk about culture and community, and, like, with boots on the ground, you know what I'm saying? Like, really being out here in the field, being able to talk about that it felt good. So hopefully they, my boy left with something to cook up with Nike in the future. But yeah, SneakerCon was dope. It was a lot of tables. Everybody I talked to, reseller, collector, whatever, they were saying like those that had been to multiple SneakerCons, they were saying like this was a very good one. This was probably the best one they went to. They've gone to this year, and I can't debate that because this is the only one I've gone to, and will probably be the only one that I go to. But I really enjoyed just seeing different faces and being able to have that conversation because I believe that conversations are very important to push things forward, to progress, to build momentum. So yeah, man, short and sweet, not holding out too long this week. Shout out to Houston, man. Shout out to just everybody out here doing what they need to do to survive and to keep hope alive and to keep going forward. Oh, one last thing, Rock, we need that shirt. We need that t-shirt. I'm tripping. I wrote that down in my show notes. We need that shirt, man. We need you to do a restart re-release. You know what I'm saying? Because you had my captions, my comments going off on the post of that shirt. So we need the shirt. We want the shirt. Please release the shirt. And that'll make everybody out here happy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just keep going, man. Just keep going. Keep working your bloom. And till next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.